Hey, how you doing, everybody? Just had to adjust the camera there a little bit. I've been trying to shoot the video. This is about the fourth time I've tried to shoot it because I keep getting problems with the phone/camera, and I keep having sounds problems. So we are finally underway here, and as you can see, we have mini multi-tools this week. So I gave a few examples of mini multi-tools there. We've been doing the multi-tools. We did the original Leatherman, we did the Stanley, we did the Charade. So I figured I'd do the little pocket ones. I don't have any Leatherman or anything like that. The biggest name brand I have there is the Winchester. So a little bit of a cheap route to go. I do eventually. I'm very interested in getting the Gerber dime. But as of right now, I don't have it, but I have been looking at it and thinking about purchasing it. But before we get into all that, let's just give the usual hit that subscribe right over here. So, you know when the videos are coming out, you can check them out. It will show up in your subscription feed. Then you come over here, you hit that thumbs up because you like the video. Give it the thumbs up. It gets out to more and more people, and more people get interested in the videos, and we build up the viewers, the subscriptions, and YouTube recognizes that it's a popular channel. And I do appreciate and thank everybody that has done that. Now, like I said, this is the most recognized name brand, I guess you would say. It's a Winchester. It actually came with the Winchester knife. I do have a video. If you check out my other videos, I do have this knife in one of the sections there. It is a Winchester. It's quite heavy, quite bulky. The pocket clip is a little large and stuff like that, but it has a kind of different type of little thumb screw there. But that did come with that tool in a package. I don't remember the price per se. This one, these two, I would say are the cheapest multi-tools that I have. This one, if you're familiar with Big Lots, it's kind of like an Odd Job, one of those type, like a little more upscale Dollar Tree, I guess you would say. Not quite Walmart or Target or anything like that, but kind of like like a Dollar General, basically, if you will. And they had a little what do you call those? Forgot what you called the razor knives, the box cutters. Those type of knives. They had one of those. It was in a package. It came with this, and then a little keychain that had a little flashlight and a couple of little tools on it, no pliers. And then this one was the plier, the little mini pliers. It was at one time kind of a forest camouflage, kind of like a hunting type thing. As you can see, not quite a large area to grab the nuts and stuff or bolts. But it has a little, not needle nose, it has a little wide mouth and the wire cutter there. And you have over here your screwdriver / bottle opener, your razor blade, your little awl type tool right there. And then you have your can opener, which works okay. You have a 3D style Phillips screwdriver, which is pretty good. And you have a file. This file's not amazing or anything, and the outside frame of it's pretty kind of cheap metal, but it folds up kind of similar to, I think it's the Leatherman Squirt. That is also what the Winchester is like. This one is at Odd Job as well. I went there and I picked up the little, actually it's the little knife that you saw if you check out my Altoids EDC. That is the knife that was in the Altoids EDC. That was from the set. It was that and this, and it's a little bit better than this. The outside metal, very similar plier area, same with the little needle type nose with the big bolts. The frame, very similar, kind of a flat silver. It is spring loaded, so that is a nice part of it. I really like the spring loaded ones. This one is not. The Winchester isn't either, but that's one of my favorite. But I just feel like it's much more easier if you're doing something, and it has that spring to it, that little so you don't have to like open it, put it on there, close. Although, if you close it on there, it's a little easier to keep it on there. So it has its advantages and its disadvantages, I guess you could say. But this one has a few tools as well. And they're a little bit tight in there. I haven't used this one that much, so it has a little regular Phillips with the little bottle opener. It has kind of a little awl screwdriver type. It's a blade actually, so a little. I guess that's supposed to be a little blade. Then you got a 3D style Phillips, a little serrated blade, kind of like cutting wood or whatever. I never really tried it, so I can't say. I bought it more for the other knife. It was cheap, so I just figured this is something I could throw around or toss in a kit if I needed to. And I never really did that, so. But then you have your little nail cleaner with file. It's got a double file. The other one did as well. And you have your little blade right there, as well as your two flathead screwdrivers in the little area there, so you could do your wire stripping if you need to. So there you go. Not as compact as this one. Well, they're about the same size. This one's a little bit thicker. This one does have the measuring. I forgot to mention that, but this one does have measuring on the outside of it, so it can be used in that sense. If you want to measure something, if you're cutting something or doing something, you have that there. That is an advantage, I guess you could say. This one, I kind of put this on the outside. It didn't have the little keychain thing on it. This one doesn't really either, but I did put this one. I did add that on to the frame of it since it has that frame. It is very similar to this one, but this is a lot more. I bought this separately. This is a lot more thicker and substantial. And like I said, it has the spring that I kind of like there. This is plastic. If that would have been metal, that would have been such... It would have been a little more cooler of a factor if it had not the plastic, but the actual metal. And it did have a key ring over here. That would make it that much better. But it is still very cool. It's made in China type of thing. Very similar front to the others. But it is compact. A little something you could throw in your pocket. Not as compact as the other two. It's kind of thicker. I believe it's about the same thickness. But when you fold it up, I think this one is a little bit larger. Yes. It's a tad. It's got a little bit more girth to it, as you could see. But still, nice little neat pocket size. And then this one, of course, has its own tools. And these tools are different. This one, you have to open it to access the tools. This one does have another advantage where you can access the tools from the outside, kind of like my charade when I showed it. I have used this before and had carry it. It has a file. It's a much better file than these other two over here. So definitely a better, more substantial file. You do have your 3D Phillips. And then you have over here, if we can get it out, you know, I am just going to use the other ones to get it out. Because it's a little stuck in there. Like I said, I haven't used it multiple times, so it's a little hard. It does have a very nice flathead screwdriver. I think that's why I carried it for some time. For like maybe 6 or 7 months or so. It has a small little pen blade. And you come over here, and I'm going to need this again. I think it needs to just be oiled up a little bit. It's been sitting there for a while. So you have your can opener with with a flathead, another flathead, a little tiny pen knife, very similar to this other one. This, like I said, the frame and other parts of it are a little more substantial, a little more sturdy. And you have your serrated little cut blade right there. So, like I said, the advantage of that is you don't have to open like this one to get to the tools. And I'm going to leave this open because I may have to. This is the one that sees the most pocket time. Gets put in my EDC kits. It's always with me. I have this most of the time. I have a little Night Eyes. It is the locking one, but the lock broke on it. So I just put it on this. It pretty much stays on there, but this is the Winchester one. If you could see right there. It does have the Winchester name right there. And you can tighten it with the star bits. This one is truly not, doesn't have the spring like I like, but, and it's the most similar to, I think, the Leatherman Squirt, I think it is, or yeah, the Squirt is the little one, the Juice is the bigger one. So as you can see, it is extremely needle nose type. It doesn't always line up exactly. I need to work on that a little. I think if I tighten this up and bend it a little, it should be good. I use this a lot, so it does get the most pocket time. And as you can see, very needle nose like. Does have a little section right there to get bigger nuts and bolts, and it does have a small wire cutting section. I think this is the best bang for your buck, the best made one that I have. I don't know. I like I said, I want to get the dime and test that out and use that as well. I've heard a lot of great things about it, so I'm really interested. And that will be my next one I will get. Still got some a little bit of crazy glow. I was gluing my scales on my classic Victorinox Classic SD. So you got the file. You have your Phillips, your regular screwdriver. I mean, sorry, a lot better serrated or saw blade, if you will. This is kind of more of a saw blade than a serrated. Does have your little pen knife. They don't really lock, but it does have that little bit there. And also, like that other one from Big Lots, it has the measuring tape. And on the other side, and of course, like I said, you have to access this when it's open to the screwdriver part. So you got your, I meant to the plier part. You got your Phillips. You have your little screwdriver with bottle opener, no can opener, but you do have a pair of scissors. Now, these are not Victorinox scissors. Some of the best scissors in the world are Victorinox, in my opinion. But, oh, and that's another thing too. When you do have the tools out, you can close this and use it like so. It does not have spring action on the scissors. So, you have to kind of do this or, you know, boom, boom like that or whatever. They're decent scissors. Like I said, they're no Victorinox scissors, but they are decent scissors. So there you have it, folks. A little bit of an idea of your pocket little multi-tools. Like I said, this is the one I choose to use the most and enjoy using the most. So there you have it, guys. Hit me up in the comment section. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, okay? Thank you so much for viewing. We always